Hey now, I didn't even realize that I went out of that. I was fixing things up. Well, hey, everybody, welcome and welcome back, and welcome to those who are just joining me live for the very first time. I'm so glad you're here tonight because this is not just any new moon. This is the new moon of 2026, and I mean that. And by the time we're done tonight, I think you're going to feel that same way too. So tonight we're diving deep into the new moon in Aries on April 17th, this year, 2026 of our Lord. And I've got a full breakdown of the astrology, what this means for you personally, what it means for us collectively, and where we're going to close out the night with a guided meditation to help you really land in this energy and set your intentions. So this is going to be good. Can't wait to do a new moon meditation with you and for you. So before we get started, drop a hello in the chat. Tell me where you're watching from and tell me your sun sign, your rising sign, if you know it. You know, I want to see who's here tonight. And yeah, we're going to get into it. Hey, Scott, how are you doing? Happy Thursday Night Live. You know what? Now that I was messing around, that's what got me sidetracked. While I was messing around, I was looking for the live logo. There it is. Boom. There it is. That's what I was looking for. And I didn't realize that I hit live before I started tinkering around with stuff. But here we are. So we're going to go and wait for some peeps to come on into the room. And then we're going to get started. We're going to go for we're going to go over all the astrology because there's so much of it. And I've been trying to keep you guys informed. I did do the April astrology. Wait, no. Where'd it go? Oh, I thought I had it up there. But I recorded the freaking weekend this morning, and I was already promoting the live that we didn't do yet. Talk about awkward. Hey, Gene, how are you? You look so serious. Yeah, because I mean, like, I was looking for something and then I realized, oh shit, I'm live. So I'm pretty sure that's not the last time it's going to happen. That's for sure. I was like, duh. All right, so let's go ahead and, Capricorn with Aquarius rising. Wow. 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 All right, you know what? We're going to go up and call up the slides right away. Ooh. Let's stop. Wait, pause. Let's go back. There we are. All right. The Aries new moon, everybody. Let's talk about it, shall we? First, a quick reminder for anyone who's newer to working with lunar cycles. If you didn't know, a new moon happens when the sun and the moon are in the exact same position in the sky. That's what we call conjunct in astrology, right, students? So, meaning that they're aligned. We're going to learn that next class, actually. So, study. The moon is essentially invisible in the sky at this point. It's dark. And in astrology, this darkness it's kind of sacred, you know? It's because it's a portal of new beginnings. It's the moment to plant seeds, to set your intentions and initiate something new. Wow. Now, here's what makes this particular new moon extra powerful. Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac. Aries is where the astrological year begins. We had that on March 20th, okay? So a new moon in Aries isn't just the start of a lunar cycle. It's a double beginning, double whammy, double rainbow, dude. You know what I mean? A new year within a new month. The energy of the energy of this is a fresh start and is absolutely amplified, okay? This new moon perfects at 27 degrees of Aries on Friday, the 17th at 7:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Wow. So allow a day on either side. So like Thursday, Friday, Saturday are all within the window of this energy. So be aware of that. So what we're gonna focus on now is the big story of this new moon. And it's about the Aries stellium. Now, when we were, if you joined me on the last live for the astrology in April, we talked extensively about this. A stellium. Now let's talk about what makes this more extraordinary with this new moon, okay? That we've actually haven't seen in a long time. I know you hear a lot of people say that, but it's actually the truth. So at the time of this new moon, we have 7, count them, 7 cosmic bodies in the sign of Aries. Wow. We got the sun in Aries, the moon in Aries, Mercury in Aries. That just went in on the 14th. Mars in Aries, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron. Hi, Maron. This is what we call a stellium in astrology. It's a massive concentration of energy, all funneled into one single sign. A concentration of energy. Okay? So, let's see, where was I at? Because my phone just went off. Anyway, yes. And that is the sign of the ram, the warrior, the pioneer, the fire starter. So keywords are fiery, motivated, action-orientated, and very impulsive. So we need to talk about that also, okay? So the cosmos is not being subtle right now. Everything is pointing in the same direction, and that is begin, okay? Think of it this way. If the zodiac is a house, every light in the Aries room is on. Every circuit is plugged in. The energy is electric, fiery, and urgent. This is not background music. This is the main event. All right? So we're going to go through each of the signs, the planets in Aries, and see how this all works out. So let's break down each of these players because they each add something important to the story. Saturn entered Aries in February. Okay. And it's going to be here until 2028. Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, patience, and long-term commitment. It's the teacher, the parent, the part of us that knows shortcuts don't hold. Here's the thing about Saturn. Wherever it sits, it slows things down to ensure they're built on solid ground. So yes, this new moon is asking us to begin, but Saturn is standing beside it saying, begin wisely, commit only to what you can truly sustain. All right? Whatever seeds you plant under this new moon, they come with a long-term timeline. Remember that, okay? That's why this is a big new moon. We're not talking about a quick burst of momentum. We're talking about a foundation being laid that will take shape through 2026, 27, and into the early 2028s. The work is real, the growth is real, but so is the commitment required. So the gift of Saturn is anything you build now is going to last. Unbelievable. Yeah, Saturn can be a bitch. All right, so now we're talking about Neptune in Aries. And this is the dream meets the fire. Neptune moved into Aries in January. You see how this stage is being set here? Beginning a 14-year journey through this sign. Neptune is the planet of dreams, spirituality, imagination, and transcendence. It dissolves the boundaries between the seen and the unseen worlds. In Aries, Neptune brings a mystical, visionary quality to our sense of self and our individual desires. There's a feeling right now of dreaming bigger, of assessing parts of ourselves that feel inspired, almost guided. Like life is inviting us towards something we can't yet fully see. But at the same time, Neptune can create a little fog. So we may feel pulled between our dreams and reality, between what is and what could be. The invitation is to honor the vision while staying rooted in action, which is very Aries energy when you think about it. All right. Now let's move on to Chiron. Chiron in Aries, healing the wound of the self. Important. Chiron has been moving through Aries since 2018. And it is sitting right beside the sun and the moon at the time of this new moon. This is significant because Chiron is the wounded healer of the zodiac. It represents our deepest wounds, the ones that feel like they'll never fully go away, but that ultimately shapes us into who we are. In Aries, the wound of Chiron is the wound of self, wounds around your identity, around the right to exist and take up space, around self-worth, around trusting your own instincts and desires. It's heavy. That's why in my astrology class, Chiron has its own class. Actually, the North Node and the nodes and Chiron have their own class because it's just that important, at least in my practice. Okay? So Chiron, being conjunct to this new moon, tells us that healing is woven into these new beginnings. You're not starting fresh from a blank slate. You're starting fresh having done the work. And that sets everything apart. Layer by layer, year by year, this time in Aries has been healing something deep in all of us. And this new moon is a meaningful milestone on that journey. So during this time, a wound may surface. Maybe a trigger will arise, but underneath it, there is an opportunity for profound alchemy. To burn through something old and reclaim something vital. So ask yourself, how would my life look different if I fully trusted myself? I can answer that right away for everybody in the fucking room. A lot different. A lot different. Even if I felt truly good enough. We all have that problem in some way, shape, or form. And it's funny because, you know, right now I'm kind of dealing with that in my own way. Let me know if you are too. You know, again, if you watched our readings, make sure that you do check out the midweek reset tarot reading that's posted for all signs on Wednesday. And don't forget to check out the freaking weekend tomorrow, 10 a.m. with that new moon energy. See, we got Wednesday, we got Thursday live, we got Friday. I mean, I'm giving it all to you guys. You know what I mean? But getting back to what I was talking about is that's what I'm asking myself right now. I mean, every one of these steps, Saturn, Neptune, and now Chiron, you know, all in this Aries energy of moving forward in a totally different way and getting over our shit. I mean, that's the thing. And I think my biggest thing is getting over my shit is, why are you holding back? Why hold back? That's my thing. Why are you holding back? I don't know. It's almost like it to tell you the truth, you know what it almost feels like? It almost feels like there's a fear to succeed. What the fuck? I'm telling you, it's a struggle, y'all. You know, hey, just because I'm in the spiritual business, you know, I go through the same things you're going through too. You know, that's what makes us real and such good friends, you know? So let's get back to this. But I'm telling you, I mean, that's the struggle. And that wound of maybe not believing that I'm good enough to succeed. I mean, it's preposterous. It's intrusive thoughts and they need to be dealt with. All right. So now let's move on to Mercury and Mars in Aries. Okay. So Mars is the ruler of Aries. So it's especially at home right now. Mars is applying toward a conjunction with Saturn, meaning these two are coming together, which will be exact in the days just after this new moon. So Mars says go. Saturn says, wait a minute, slow down and be sure. Together, they say, move with purpose and precision. Again, if you watched the April astrology, we definitely were talking about this. This is the brake and gas effect. A strong urge to move forward, but facing some heavy restrictions or even some reality checks. Okay? So important stuff, unbelievable. And, you know, with Mercury, there's a desire to speak your truth. So say the things you've been holding back. The caution here, though, is just to think before you fires. Aries can be very reactive, and Mercury is quick. But if you channel it well, this is extraordinary energy for decisive and courageous communication, because Mercury just sweeps through all of these, you know. So basically, it's action and voice. Okay? The subconscious mind is a motherfucker. Everything uncomfortable is perceived as peril. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the motherfucker of it is journeys into love is it runs 95% of our life. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? So, but this, guess what? We're all in this together. I don't care what your differences are, what, you know, color, creed, blah, 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 whatever it is, we're all in this together, you know? Virgo sun, Aries, wait. Oh, Virgo with the Aries rising, maybe? Or no, Capricorn rising. I'm confused. Virgo, Aries, Capricorn rising. Was that like Virgo moon? But yes, we are all in this together, and we're going to continue this. Now, I want to point out another aspect here, okay? And Pluto sextile, and this is deep roots of empowerment. Pluto is all about empowerment, okay? Quietly underneath all of this, Pluto is in a supportive sextile to Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune. So think of Pluto like deep roots beneath the surface of a forest, invisible, but holding everything up. Okay, gotcha. This aspect brings a quiet sense of empowerment, transformation, and a long-term momentum. What's happening at this new moon isn't superficial. It has depth, and it reaches underground. So as you grow above, you grow below. So Pluto is kind of activating all of this in a very, very high vibe kind of way. A sextile is that harmonious things working together smoothly as they should. And Pluto don't mess around, you know, because when Pluto hits, he hits hard. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that. So where are we in this? And then I've got, all right, so what's this new moon asking of you, boys and girls? First of all, it's asking you to begin. Whatever you've been circling, it's time. Aries doesn't wait. The stars have aligned to give you the spark. You just have to move. That is my number one thing right there. Just begin it. Just start it. Do you ever fear something or procrastinate because you don't want it to fail? So you kind of avoid it in a way, you know? And I've been circling my shit for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. And I'm no longer doing that. And I realize that I just have to take that move. And once you do that, once you get into it, man, does it just flow. It's wonderful. And then you look at it going, what the hell was I even freaking out about, you know? Unbelievable. Got to drink this tea before it gets cold. Every time I make tea before a live, it always goes cold. So number 2 is begin wisely. Saturn's here. And whatever you start, you need to be able to sustain it. So don't scatter your fire. Choose one thing, the right thing, and commit. All right, so that's a good thing to do right there. Very good thing to do right there. Number 3, be honest with yourself. Chiron at this new moon are shaking loose anything false. They're asking, where have you silenced yourself to keep the peace? Where have you shrunk to fit in? Where have you been playing small? Who's been playing small out there? Put your hand in the comments. I've been playing it small. I'm telling you, this is talking to me. You know, when I'm going over this energy and making my notes, I'm just like, am I writing this to myself? You know what I mean? I'm feeling this energy, and I'm sure we all do in some respect. This is your invitation to come back to your true self, unapologetic. 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 Thank you. Uh-oh. Whoa. Kind of did a little loosey-loose there. Number 4, speak your truth. Mercury in Aries says your voice matters, so claim it. And how long have I been saying, say the thing, do the thing, be the thing? You know what I mean? Dream boldly. Neptune gives you permission to imagine a version of yourself in your life that feels almost impossibly good. That's the way you manifest. That's the starting point and not a fantasy. Okay? That's what we did when we were kids. Now we're making our dreams a reality. All right? And last but not least is heal as you go. You don't have to be fully healed to begin. You begin, and then the healing happens in the movement. All right? That's effing huge. But what beautiful energy to work with. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, it's a little too much. Like, again, you're looking at the sky, shaking your fist. I mean, you can do that if you want, but is it going to matter in the long run? You know, it seems like in my personal life, I'm just making excuses. You know what I mean? I'm just making excuses to do what I want to do, and I should just do it. But I don't know. I think in my instance, it's fear. I don't even know. It's not even rational. I don't know, but good stuff. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go through all the signs and see how this Aries new moon is actually going to affect ye. Okay. So let's start with Aries. This is all about identity, self, and new beginnings, of course. Aries, this new moon is in your sign, in your first house. And that makes this one the most single, powerful, and personal lunar event of the entire year for you. So the first house rules your identity, your body, your appearance, your reputation, and the way you show up in the world. Now, we just learned houses in our astrology class, so I'm sure everybody's following along and knowing what's going on, right? So this is literally a rebirth of self, Aries. 7 planets gathered in your sign right now, all asking you the same question. Who are you becoming? Saturn sitting right beside this new moon is asking you to go deeper than the surface. Not just who do you want to appear to be, but who do you genuinely, authentically want to be? The path you're on right now, is it truly yours? Or is it to build on momentum, expectation, or choices you made before you knew yourself this well? Okay? With Chiron conjuncting this new moon for you is especially personal. Old wounds around you, identity, the right to be seen, to take up space, to exist without apology are ready to be released. This is your fire. Claim it, Aries. All right? Now let's move on to Taurus. I wonder if I can do that. Can I put the names up on the screen? No, shit, I can't do that. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Anywho, Taurus. This is all about the unseen and surrendering and doing some inner work. So Taurus, this new moon falls in your 12th house. The house of the hidden, the subconscious, the sacred, behind the scenes space in your chart. This is not a flashy placement. It's a profound one. The 12th house is where we retreat, we rest, we release, and reconnect with our inner world. New moons here are quiet beginnings, seeds planted in the dark beneath the surface. You may not feel a dramatic external shift right away, but something is happening in you, and that will matter deeply in the months ahead. With all this Aries energy firing through the 12th house, things you've been quietly carrying like patterns, beliefs, relationships, old grief are rising to be acknowledged and released. Chiron here is particularly tender. What have you been doing alone? What have you been ashamed to admit, even to yourself? And Taurus, you know you are kudos for doing that. This is your invitation to rest, to receive, and to trust the unseen forces working in your favor right now. Your beginning is happening quietly. That doesn't make it any less real. So your intention theme for this is I release what is ready to leave me. I love that. Anytime we have a full or new moon in our 12th house, it's always about getting rid of that mental clutter. Okay? I release what is ready to leave me. All right, now, Taurus, there you go. Gemini, let's move on to you. This is happening in your 11th house of friendships, community, and future vision. This new moon lights up your 11th house, the house of your people, your community, your hopes and your dreams, your vision for the future. This is where you ask, where do I truly belong? And who do I want to build with? And with Mercury, your ruling planet, firing in Aries right now, your mind is sharp and your ideas are electric. You're seeing your social world with fresh eyes. Some connections are lighting you up. Others may be feeling misaligned in a way you can no longer ignore. Now, we talked about that in, I'm pretty sure, your midweek reset tarot reading. And we identified that going on, and it was very evident in your reading. So make sure you check that out. All right? So this is a powerful time to set intentions around your community and your long-term vision. What kind of people do you want around you in your next chapter? What collective dream are you contributing to? Who inspires you to be more fully yourself? Saturn here asks you to be selective and serious about who you invest in. Neptune asks you to hold on to the dream even when you can't see the full picture yet. And that's usually when the bottom drops out, you know? Chiron is asking you, where have you shrunk or silenced yourself in group settings in order to belong? You know, you're a chameleon, but almost to a fault. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. Your intention is this for this new moon. I align with my true community and my truest future. Like that, Gemini. All right? Hooking up with your vibe tribe. Now, all right, Gemini, that is your new moon. We are going to Cancer next. Cancer, this new moon is activating your 10th house. This is your house of your career, your vocation, your public reputation, and your legacy. This is the most visible point in your chart, and the cosmos is shining a bright, fiery light on it. A new chapter in your professional, Jesus, or public life is beginning. Saturn here is particularly significant. It's telling you that this isn't about a quick win or a flash of visibility. This is about building something solid, something that reflects who you truly are at the deepest level. Your reputation, your career path, your long-term ambitions, all are being recalibrated. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be when you grow up, Cancer? I guess that's what I always ask people that in my astrology readings. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't care what age they are, you know, because there is always that dream. And that's usually the one that you're supposed to do in this life, you know? So just remember that. What are you here to contribute, Cancer? What does success actually mean to you? Not to your family, not to society, but to you as a soul. Don't rush to announce the new beginning. Build the foundation first. The launch comes when the ground is ready. And Chiron here asks, have old wounds around worthiness or recognition been holding you back from truly stepping into your calling, Cancer? And I think this new moon is going to kind of set that stage for you. So your intention theme is this: I build a career and legacy that is truly mine. Oh my God, I love that. All right. Now, thank you, Cancer. Let's go ahead to my favorite sign of the zodiac. Let's hear it. Let's ring that bell. Leo. Hello, Leo. Hello. Leo, this lands in your 9th house, the house of expansion, philosophy, higher learning, even some traveling, spiritual seeking of all kinds, and the big question of life. This is the house of meaning, and meaning is exactly what's up for renewal, Leo. All right? An entirely new chapter of your worldview is opening. Maybe it's a course, a journey, a spiritual practice, or a book that changes everything, or simply just a shift in the beliefs you've been living by. The ninth house asks this: what do you believe? And more importantly, are those beliefs still true for you? Or have you outgrown them in some way? With Mars in the mix, that's a boldness here. So a willingness to seek, to question, and to venture beyond what you've known. And with Saturn, this isn't a casual philosophical exploration, hanging out with fucking Plato. Something you learn or discover now will shape the trajectory of your life for years. I like that. Chiron here touches the wound of meaning. Have you ever felt like life is pointless or struggled to find your own spiritual truth? Yes. This new moon says it's time to find what you actually believe in. And that's so right on point to where I'm at, man. I'm serious. That's just so right on the money. And this new moon in the ninth house is really making me see, it's making me double down on my spirituality. You're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. But it's also making me ask myself, I can't move forward with these small beliefs that I've carried. So, with that being said, I'm working on that. So, our intention themes, kings and queens, is this: I open to a bigger, truer version of what life can be. And that is the whole effing thing for my Leo experience on this plane right now. In this time frame is that I'm thinking, you've always thought small, Jeff. And it's not small anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'll just take the bare minimum. I'll just go above. I'll just get above water. I remember saying that a lot. I'm right about here. And I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I just don't get that. And that's why the movement isn't happening. Leo struggles. Facts. All right? So let's get back to it. So Leo, that is that new moon for us. I'm telling you, that's a humdinger. Now, Virgo. Virgo, this new moon falls in your 8th house, and this is deep, powerful, transformational territory. The 8th house rules shared resources, intimacy, power dynamics, inheritance. See, it's such a broad thing. I got like 20 keywords written down here for this. The shadow self, healing, profound psychological transformation. It's the house of, Scorpio rules that house with Pluto. So that's where all this, it's sex, death, and taxes. It's crazy. So Virgo, something is ending so something can truly begin. Old power dynamics in relationships, maybe in finances, and the way you've held yourself back are ready to be restructured from the ground up. This may not feel comfortable, but it is necessary. The 8th house doesn't do surface level change. It goes all the way down, all the way down. Saturn here is asking you to get honest about shared financial matters or energetic exchanges in your relationships. Are things balanced? Are you giving more than you receive? Or are you holding back more than you share? Neptune adds an element of spiritual depth, and there may be like a soul level transformation happening here that you can't fully articulate yet. It's on the tip of your tongue, Virgo, and you just can't get it. Chiron in this house touches the deepest wounds. This is about intimacy, vulnerability, and trust. Where have you been afraid to truly let someone in? Where have you been afraid of your own power? This new moon invites you to go there, all right? And your intention theme is this, Virgo. I transform from the inside out, and I reclaim my power. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Spirit, for the intention themes. I love that. Okay, let's move on to Libra. Libra, this new moon is in your 7th house. This is all about partnerships, and it sits in direct opposition to your rising sign. So this is one of those most relationship-focused lunations possible for you, okay? and it's asking you to take an honest look at your one-on-one connections. The 7th house rules marriage, committed partnerships, close collaborations, and significant relationships of all kinds. A new chapter is beginning in how you relate to others, and more importantly, in what you're willing to accept, offer, and require. With this Aries stellium opposing your natural Libra energy, the invitation is clear. Stop over-accommodating. Stop being so focused on keeping the peace that you lose, and you lose yourself in the process. Mercury says this, speak your truth, even in your closest relationships. Saturn says, be realistic about whether the partnership in your lives are truly equal. And this is all the thing for you, Libra, is balance. So new connections formed now will be very significant. Existing ones are being evaluated. So Chiron here asks the tender question, where have you compromised your own needs to avoid conflict or abandonment? Now, I know a lot of you Libras got some abandonment issues, and we need to work on that ASAP. And this Chiron energy is doing this to you. It's not doing this to you. It's saying to you, let's do this. Make sure that your relationships are in equal measure. You deserve that and so much more. So your intention theme is this. I call in and cultivate relationships rooted in truth and equality. Okay? Now, let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this new moon is activating your 6th house, and this is the house of daily routines, your health, your work habits, service to others, and the rhythms that structure your everyday life. This may sound less glamorous than some of the other placements, but don't underestimate it. Your daily life is your life. The small choices you make every single day compound into everything, okay? So Scorpio, this is a powerful moment to reset your routines, your health practices, your relationship with your body, your work environment, the way you structure your time and energy. Stop doom scrolling. What daily habits are you ready to begin? What structures have been draining you that you're finally ready to change? And Saturn is your serious ally here. It rewards discipline, consistent effort. What you build into your daily routine now, however small, can transform your life by the end of this year, if you stay with it. Neptune adds a spiritual element to your health and daily life. Your wellness is connected to your soul's nourishment, not just your body's. And that could be a turning point for you. You know what I mean? And that's fantastic that you're all moving in this mind, body, spirit mechanism, this trifecta. All right? And Chiron here asks, where have you been neglecting yourself? Where have you been running on empty and calling it productive? Because that's fun. So, Scorpio, with that being said, your intention theme this week, this new moon actually, is I build daily habits that genuinely honor and sustain me. I love that. Now, thank you, Scorpio. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this new moon falls in your 5th house, and this is one of the most joyful, expressive, creative placements possible. The 5th house rules creativity, self-expression, play, romance, passion projects, and the spark of aliveness that makes life feel worth living. That's because Leo rules the 5th house, just so you know, okay? All right, so the cosmos is giving you full permission to create, to play, to express yourself boldly, loudly, and unapologetically. And I'm sure a lot of you Sagittariuses are not going to have a fucking problem with that, right? So if there's a creative project that you've been dreaming about or a side of yourself that you've been afraid to share, this new moon is your green light, all right? Mars adds the fire and the drive to your creative pursuits now. Saturn, rather than dampening the fun, is actually here to help to take your creativity seriously, to give it structure, commitment, and longevity. See, Saturn isn't all that bad sometimes, guys. Don't just dream about the creative project. Set a deadline. Show up for it. Make it real. If romance is on your mind, hey now, this is a powerful time to set intentions there too. What does joyful, passionate connection look like for you? I know what it looks like for me. I sure do. So, you know. All right. Jeff's starting to slowly unwind, everybody. Yeah. So Chiron kind of touches the wound of self-expression here, so it's not all fun and games. Where have you been afraid to be seen, to be truly, playfully, wildly you? All right. This kind of says throw everything else in the fuck it bucket, Sag, and just have a good time. And have a good time. Oh, that's Escapade. I was singing that in Gemini's reading this week. The singing psychic. All right, Sagittarius, your theme is, and listen up, I create freely and let my light shine without apology. Yes. All right, Sag, gonna have fun with this new moon, that's for sure. And if you're not, you fucking up. All right. So let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn in the hay house. Speaking of house, your new moon lands in your 4th house, the very foundation of your chart, the house of home, family, ancestry, emotional roots, and the private self that very few people see. Something is shifting, Cap, at the deepest, most personal level of your life. This could be very literal, like a new home, a change in your living situation, a shift in the family dynamic in some form or fashion. Or it could be deeply internal, a healing of old family wounds, a renegotiation of your relationship with your past. That would be a good thing. All of this is actually pretty good to check off. A rebuilding of your emotional foundation from the ground up. Again, this is about safety and security. Saturn is deeply significant. The foundation you build now in your home life and your sense of inner security and your relationships with your own emotional world needs to be built slowly, honestly, and intentionally. No shortcuts. What does home mean to you, Capricorn? What emotional foundations have you been living on that are cracked or outdated? Because, once we arrogantly say, oh no, it can bear the weight, and we build that tower, and the tower comes crashing down, and you're like, but why? The foundation was shaky to begin with, okay? So Chiron here brings up family wounds, your childhood pain, the triggers that all come with that, and things that were never spoken aloud. So this new moon says, those things can be healed now. So what does this new moon say? Begin. Okay? Now your intention theme here is I build an inner and outer home that truly feels like mine. I like that. I wonder if a lot of you Capricorns just kind of settled in after that. You know what I mean? So there you go, Capricorn. A little bit more intense, but it's necessary. Remember, it's necessary. The foundation needs to be built before you can build your house of cards, or it all falls. Okay? Now let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, this new moon activates the 3rd house of communication. It's about the mind, ideas, writing, speaking, learning. Your immediate community and environment. It's a new chapter, is beginning in how you think, you speak, and connect. With Mercury ablaze, lighting up this Aries house, your mind is firing on all cylinders right now. Ideas are coming fast. Words carry unusual power. What you say, write, or put out into the world in the coming weeks will land with impact. So be aware of that. So use this energy intentionally. Is there a message you've been wanting to share? Maybe a creative project, a podcast, a difficult conversation, a truth you've been holding back? Aquarius, this is your moment. Mars gives you the courage to say it. Saturn gives you the discipline to say it well. And Neptune gives you the inspiration to say it beautifully. Chiron here touches old wounds around being heard, around feeling like your words didn't matter, or that you had to stay quiet to be safe. This new moon says, Your voice matters, so speak. I love that. This new moon is triggering us in a very healing way. So go with it, okay? Aquarius, your intention theme here is I speak my truth clearly, courageously, and without apology. All right. I love that. I love that. Now, let's move on to the last sign of the zodiac, and that's Pisces. Pisces, this new moon is in your second house. This is the house of money, personal resources, self-worth, how you look at yourself, your relationship with you that you value. It could also mean a new financial and values-based chapter is opening for you in your life. This isn't just about money, though. It absolutely includes money. The second house is also about what you value, what you believe you deserve, and the deep, often unspoken story you tell yourself about your own worth. Neptune in this house is particularly powerful for you. It's your ruling planet, and it's asking you to dream bigger about what you're worth and what you're capable of building. But, and this is where the but always comes in, Neptune can also create confusion around finances. So Saturn is an important anchor here. Be practical. Be disciplined. Set a financial intention that's grounded in real action. Dream big, but also make a plan. And that's where sometimes Pisces kind of fails. Okay? You can dream big, but the plan is lacking. And we need that. All right? Chiron in the second house touches on one of the most tender wounds there is, the wound of worthiness. So, do you believe you deserve abundance? Do you believe you're worthy of being paid well, of having what you need? This new moon is a profound opportunity to begin healing that story. Beautiful. So, Pisces, your intention theme for this new moon is, I step into my full worth and call in the abundance I deserve. Man, I love that. All right. So wherever this new moon is landing in your chart, whether it's your identity, your relationships, your career, your creativity, your home, your voice, your worth, the invitation is the same. Begin. Begin honestly. Begin boldly. Begin with your whole heart. And remember that this isn't just a new moon. This is 7 planets in Aries all lined up behind you saying, we've got you. Now go. I want you to take a moment right now and just quietly pick one word that feels like your intention for this lunar cycle. One word. Drop it in the chat if you want to share it. That word is your seed. Okay? Damn. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. All right, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone liked that. I really hope you do. I really, really do. And then we're going to get ready for our meditation. But before we do that, I want to clear out our energy really quick. And then we'll go ahead and start the meditation. And of course, you know that we're going to need, I'm going to need your feedback on if the sound is right and all of that. So let's get that all set up in the meantime. And yeah, so powerful new moon. And it's happening on Friday. So make sure that you check out the midweek reset. And now the freaking weekend, because we focused more on that too. All right. So very good. All right. I can put my writings away and go ahead and we'll do that. We'll have a little tea. We'll clear our energy out, and then we'll go ahead and jump to the screen to start our meditation. All right. So hope everyone's having a good night. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you're watching the replay, even better. That's why I like doing this, you know, because I can go live and then it's available for everybody. So if you miss it on Thursday night, listen, I'm not holding you accountable, but you better be watching it after. All right, so let's get this Palo Santo good and hot. We know Palo Santo is ready to be used when you start to see the oils in the wood. The fire draws it out, and then it kind of just starts bubbling. And if you get it right, you can kind of see that oil coming out of there. But I loved using this as a cleansing tool to get us all nice and energetically clean. Perfect. All right, let's clear Daddy's energy out first. And the tarot table and all of that and the equipment. Now, I want you to go ahead and take a slow, deep breath in. Yes, and release. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Another slow, deep breath in. Perfect, and release. Wonderful. You know I like doing things in threes. Another slow, deep breath in. And release. Very good. Love it. All right. Feels so good. Feels so good. I hope you can tap into that cleansing too. All right. So let's go ahead and change the meditation screen. First, I want to go ahead and check to make sure everything's okay. And it is healing. Very good, Jean. Very good. All right. Let's go to the meditation window. And let me know in the chat if the volume of the music and the volume of the mic is at an equal level. Okay, so let me know if it's echoing or anything like that. And then once we know everything's at optimum performance, then we're going to get to our meditation. And I can't wait to do this with you. It's awesome. How is the music and the voice? Is it equal? Drop something in the chat to let me know. I don't want the mic to kind of sound like it's bogging everything out. Check, 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 check. How's that sound? Good? Okay. Let's go ahead. Music could be a little louder. Okay, thank you, Jean. How's that? Turned it up a bit. Let me know, or I'll start singing Beatles songs. I'm actually learning a couple Beatles songs on the piano. So I thought about doing that. I thought about setting up my keyboard and going ahead and playing. All right, so how's the music and the goddamn audio now? All right, better. Very good. Okay, so let's settle in. So find yourself a nice, comfy place in your abode. Get yourself comfy. Don't cross your arms. Don't cross your legs. Just kind of relax. Feet on the ground if you can. You can lay down. Again, whatever way is comfortable for you. And just kind of settle into your space for a little bit. Close your eyes. And take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And let it out slowly through your mouth. Again, breathe in. And release. One more time. Inhale fully, fill your lungs. Feel your chest expand. And exhale completely, letting go. Now breathing normally. Let your body soften. Let your shoulders drop. Allow your jaw to unclench. Let your hands rest open in your lap or at your sides. You don't have to be anywhere else right now. You don't have to do anything. You are here. You are present. That is enough. Imagine that you are standing at the edge of a wide, open field just before dawn. The sky is still dark, a deep, velvety indigo. The air is cool and clean. You can feel the earth beneath your feet. Solid, real, holding you completely. There are no stars yet visible, just this beautiful, deep darkness before the first light. And there is something sacred about this moment. Something that feels like possibility, like potential. This is the new moon. The moment before the light returns. The breath before the word is spoken. The seed before it breaks open in the soil. Bring your awareness to your chest, to the center of your heart. Notice what's there. Maybe there's a warmth. Maybe there's a tightness. Maybe there's longing, or excitement, or quiet stillness. Whatever you find, just let it be. You don't need to fix anything right now. Place your hand over your heart if it feels right. Now, I want you to imagine a tiny spark of light right at the center of your heart. It's small, like the very first ember catching in a fireplace. This spark is you, not the you who doubts, not the you who worries, not the you shaped by fear or other people's expectations, but the real you. The spark that has always been here. The part of you that knows what you want. The part of you that feels things deeply, that dares to dream, that says yes before the mind says wait. This is your Aries spark, your life force, your will to begin. Now breathe into that spark. With each inhale, imagine it growing a little brighter, a little warmer, a little more alive. Breathe in, and the spark becomes a flame. Breathe in again, and the flame becomes steady, glowing fire. It doesn't burn anything. It doesn't destroy. It illuminates. It warms. It guides. This fire is yours. In the light of this inner fire, I want you to ask yourself gently, what do I want to begin? Not what you think you should begin. Not what makes the most logical sense. And not what other people expect of you. What does your soul want to begin? Let the answer come without judgment. Let it rise like a breath, like smoke curling upward from a flame. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's a relationship with yourself. Maybe it's a conversation you've been afraid to have. Maybe it's simply believing in yourself more. Whatever comes, hold it gently. Now I want to guide you through a gentle releasing. Think of one belief, one story, one wound that's been holding you back from beginning. Maybe it's the voice that says you're not ready. Maybe it's the fear that says, who do you think you are? Maybe it's the old hurt that says, what's the point? Work out anyway. You don't need to fight it. You don't need to argue with it. Just see it. Acknowledge it. And say quietly in your heart, I see you, and I release you. Imagine that old belief as a dried leaf placed at the edge of your inner fire. Watch it catch. Watch it burn. Watch it turn to light and ash and dissolve back into earth. It no longer has a hold on you. You are not behind. You have not missed anything. This new moon is proof of that. The cosmos has been waiting patiently, faithfully, for this very moment to say to you, now. Begin now, not someday, not when you're more prepared, more worthy, more certain, now. Bring your awareness back to that intention you found, that seed of something you want to call in. Hold it with both hands in your mind's eye. Feel its weight, its reality. Now, in your own words, make a promise to yourself. I commit to whatever that is. I am worthy of this. I am ready for this. And I begin now. Speak it silently to yourself. Say it as many times as you need. This is your intention. This is your seed. Placed in fertile soil under the dark, sacred sky of the new moon. Now imagine the sky begins to lighten ever so slightly on the horizon. The first pale glow of dawn. Rose and gold at the edge of the world. The new moon is dark, but the day is coming. Your intentions have been planted. The universe has heard you. You are not alone in this. The fire in your chest burns in everyone watching tonight. We are all together planting seeds under this extraordinary sky. What a time to be alive. What a time to begin. Begin to bring your awareness slowly back to your body. 5, 4, wiggle your toes and fingers. 3, take a deep breath in. 2, and exhale. Feel the weight of your body in your seat, on the floor, wherever you are. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. 1. All right, everybody. I hope that meditation worked well for you. Again, you can listen to it in the replay to utilize that at any time you want. And I have plenty of meditations available on the channel also. So, wow, that was pretty damn good. A great way to set intentions. Again, this new moon is very powerful. It is really having you recognize what's going on here, you know? Like in my case, go big or go home. You've been thinking too small. I've thought in a very small world. And I kind of thought that not too long ago when I went to go visit my daughter in Texas. It's just like there's a whole world out there that I'm not even akin to, you know? I don't know if it's because I take it for granted or I just don't think of the space bigger than it actually is, you know, because you're just in your small space. It's very odd, you know. It can be very jarring also, but it kind of turned me into this formulation now that I'm going through of why settle for this? Why this much when you can have this much? You know what I mean? And it's not about being greedy or not being grateful for what I have. It's just that it's time to level up. And I think that's when people really level up, is when they go, there's nothing stopping me from doing this. You know, it's a matter of confidence. So, yeah. And this new moon is actually really making me go through that in really profound and powerful ways. I wonder why my camera looks like it's so low to the ground. It's not the seat. I don't know what happened here. It's kind of weird. It feels like I'm like, hello, you know. But all right, so that is going to conclude this new moon special live Thursday. You know what? Before we go, fuck that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to the tarot table. We're going to the tarot table. How about we go to the tarot table? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to the tarot table. Ring that bell. Let's pull some cards, shall we? Let's get a collective reading. Where's that collective reading sign at? Where is it at? No. There it is. Boom. Let's do that. So let's get a message about this new moon collectively for us, okay? Let's go ahead and do it. What is the message for this new moon? Wow. And there it is. And holy shit. It's strength. Check this card out. It's strength. Look at the moon. The new moon. See the symbols in the tree? For this, you need strength, everybody. Strength prevails. Strength is it. Inner strength, outer strength. Altogether strength. Okay. Love that. For this new moon, we need strength. Okay. Beautiful. I love it. Now, we're going to pull an oracle for this energy because we got strength. We might as well put strength right there, you know? We got... I am going to, because I like threes, I'm going to pull 2 oracles, one of the majors. Hey, Jess, I didn't see that you came in. How was drinks and dinner? Okay. Ooh, and like I said, I wanted 3, so here we are. All right, how do we do this? Okay, wow. All right, very good. I love this. I love this. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is balance, prioritization, and playfulness. All right, but we're walking a fine line here. You know what I mean? It's about balance. So you got to make sure you have your balance here, okay? And then we have the 8 of Wands, or the 8 of Fire with this deck. And this is speed, activity, and multitasking. Again, things moving your way. You know what I mean? Things taking action, all that Aries energy. There's actually 8 wands here, but there's 7 planets. What do we got? We got the moon, the sun, Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, Mercury, Mars. That's all those planets in Aries right there. And fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is steady movement forward with this new moon. Find the balance. You find strength in the balance. You find balance within the strength. You know what I mean? And then we have the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of water here. And this is wishes, hopes, and dreams. This is wish fulfillment. So make a wish. Anybody seeing white feathers lately? There's your cue. That's what those meant for you. And that's beautiful. We also have 2 8s here. So that affinity 8 is running the energy right now. And just so you know, we're getting, there's a huge hole opening up on the sun's surface. And that causes for a lot of energy to be ejected out. So that's why we're seeing this, that's why El Nino is affected by this, is this upgrade in solar activity. Okay. And we've talked about solar flares before, and I would really love to devote half of a live to some of that energy, the Schumann resonance, all of that. You know what I mean? So this is beautiful energy. So let's get a closing message for this. I really didn't prepare to do cards, but my intuition said, fuck it. You got to do some cards. You did a lot of astrology. So let's do this. Yeah, let's use the cosmic energy. We'll use the cosmic energy cards. Closing message for this collective reading. So if you want to work on the imbalance, if you want things to balance out in your life, you need to use that strength, the motivation, and knowing that the universe has your back. Okay? So we've got two messages. Oh my God, what the hell happened to this chair? Hold on a second. Jesus, what the hell just happened? Thank you. It went down like a foot. Shit. All right. First one is intuition. Listen to your intuition. It never lies. So there's a lot of us out there that are going, okay, we got to trust our intuitive messages and our gut. And last but not least is happiness. Happiness comes from a fulfilled heart and harmonious relationships. So focus on happiness. Trust your intuition. Use that inner strength, this beautiful card with the new moon sitting right there. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Can you believe the birds are still tweeting? It's 8:15. I love that. I love it. I love it. When I used to put my son to bed at this time because he was still in school, you know, you'd be like, I can't sleep. I still hear the birds tweeting, you know. I felt bad, but I didn't. You know what I mean? It was like, it's time for you to go to bed, kid. I've had it with you. You know, you've been on my last nerve. All right. So with that in closing, take action. You're feeling indecisive or imbalanced, take action. This whole series that we've been through for what? Almost 2 hours, an hour and 39 minutes. Again, we need to just take action. If you're looking for permission, here it is, guys. I give you permission. Go ahead, do that thing, say that thing, create that thing, be that thing, okay? But yeah, what a great night. Wow. I really loved preparing for all that. That was pretty good. You know, I sat there this afternoon and wrote this out and just, I don't know. Usually it's kind of, you know what it actually is? If you want to break it down, it was kind of automatic writing for me. I just kind of just had the astrology charts there and just said, all right, well, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm intuitively getting. And I knew I just could not end without a tarot card reading. So, because that's what we do. We blend them both. All right, everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're going to be doing more lives on TikTok, all of that wonderful stuff. Don't forget, if you haven't checked out your midweek reset, if you're new to the channel, go and check that out. That's where we get the vibe for the whole week. Lots of stuff to go on over there. And tomorrow morning, Friday, 10 a.m., the freaking weekend drops where we do a fun little, it seemed like the roles were reversed this week. Usually the freaking weekend is when I goof off and it seemed like the midweek reset is where I goofed off, but we still did great readings. And the freaking weekend was a little bit more now, you know, but now that you've seen this live and know what we're up against with this new moon, you know exactly why it was that way. So here we are. But everybody, thank you so much. Don't forget that I am available for personal readings in person or online. You can go and click the link in my schedule. I mean, my bio, all of that. My scheduler is all there. Nice and easy, lemon peasy. Okay. So again, don't forget, check out the freaking weekend. If you are in the Western New York area, come down to the Circle of Light this weekend. I'm going to be wide open. So got openings for readings too. Don't forget, I also host tarot parties. I can do it at the Circle of Light or at your place. We'll have a great time. We'll have a good time. And April 25th, I'm going to be in Erie, Pennsylvania. Yes, that's right. For the Love, Light, Heart, and Soul Psychic Fair and Expo. And it is fun. I love doing it. Elizabeth throws a great psychic gathering with a lot of great readers, a lot of great vendors. The whole hotel is full. It's huge at the Ambassador Suites in Erie. Yeah, Peach Street, right there off the exit. And I'm going to be there Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. So come on down and say hi. I'm doing autographs and signing 8x10s. But I'm also available for readings too. So if you would like a reading and you're in the Ohio, Erie, or even New York way, come on down and it's a great time. I highly suggest it. So yeah, get a picture taken with your boy. All right. So with that being said, everybody, don't forget, watch the freaking weekend. And I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I love you. Think of me.